What's up, everybody? It's Michelle from Wonderland, and I had a special request from one of my favorite castaways to do a money read. So we're gonna go ahead and do a money read. We'll be using my cards. I will be channeling. I might even pull out the rods, the dowsing rods, that is. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. It's late. I'm tired. So some shenanigans and tomfoolery might make appearance. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, all right, all right. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull for the collective, right? So I'm going to go ahead and see what the first message is for the collective. Um, as I channel the message right now, I will say that there's somebody who currently is, look, I don't need nobody in the comments saying that could apply to anyone. Yeah, I get it. It's a general read. Um, but it's going to hit somebody, not literally. And here's the thing, if you hear something that applies generally, this is going to be a little bit of education at the Wonderlab tonight. If you hear something that's a general thing and you don't know if it's yours or not, if you don't get an emotional tug, then it's probably not you. Like when somebody, and this is not just for me, this is just in general, this is a little bit of education time. If somebody is saying something and you're not sure it's for you, it's probably not for you because when you know of reading is for you, if a general session is for you, like you're not one-on-one with the person, right? Um, you hear something and you just don't feel connected to it, don't force it. It's not for you. And that's completely fine. It's when you feel something like, oof. I know for me, sometimes I'll have to stop the session, right? And reground myself because I'm like, wow, this person is really sitting next to me with this information. Sometimes it's like that, and sometimes I'm like, oh, this is definitely not for me. So you have to determine if the information you're getting is for you and not make it fit. So I will say that. Now, now that I've gotten that out the way, what I was going to say is the first energy I tapped into, there's somebody who is literally on the verge of submitting a 2 week notice. Okay. So how do you know it's how are you going to know it's you or not? You have either already written this 2 week notice, it's sitting somewhere ready to go, or you're formulating it in your head. So the decision has already been made. So it's not a situation of somebody who's thinking about it. Is this a good idea? Yada, yada, yada. This is somebody who's already made the decision to go. There might be, it might be because you've already got another position, but for some, you just need to go. And it feels like you're leaving because of the toxicity to on the verge of for the person I'm reading for has submitted paperwork to HR already. And I'm seeing phrases like bullying. I'm seeing phrases like harmful work environment. I'm seeing you threatening to talk to an attorney. This is the energy I'm tapping into. And for the person who's like, I can't deal with this anymore. Okay. That's the first energy I'm tapping into right now. So what I will say is your feelings are valid. It feels like there was a lot of gaslighting going on, make people making you think it's not as bad as it seems. And the only reason why they're saying that is because they don't want a lawsuit. Okay, that's number one. Number two, um, I don't know if you have a reputation in the location as being somebody who's like a whistleblower or somebody. It feels like some behaviors or practices that were not ethical were brought to the light, and it doesn't feel like the whistleblowing policy held up for you. Okay. And I know I'm going deep in the weeds right now, but somebody needs to hear this. Your experience is valid. Your experience absolutely. Do you have a law? Do you have a case? Yes, I'm hearing that very loudly. If you choose to go through it, there's but I'm feeling that whoever this is for is just like I don't feel like dealing with that. I just need to go. So what I will say for that person is there's somebody there who's a champion. There's somebody there who is able to write you a reference or something with your contacts and networks. You need to branch into your network. Um, you're going to get something through somebody you know. You're going to get something, another position, your next position, you're going to get something through somebody you know that's in your network. Okay. Oh, look at external validation. But again, external validation, I'm talking about somebody that's in your network. If you use LinkedIn, it doesn't feel like LinkedIn though. It feels like there's another type of work networking type of application. Somebody that you know is going to get you into the next spot. So the first thing is your experience is completely valid. You were being bullied. Yes, they are doing things that are not no, stop dropping ground. They are doing things that are not ethical. That's the word I'm hearing. Ethical violations going on. Um, if you moved forward with it, you could have a case, but the person I'm tapping into, it just feels like you just want to go. You don't care to do all that. You don't feel like doing all that. You just want to go. And that's understandable. And then that's explaining the next card, right? Stop, dropping ground. There's going to need to be that level of grounding after what you've experienced because you don't want to take that experience into the next position. So again, it feels like networking takes you into the next position. Um, overrate your intuition is the card that just came out. What I will also say is you are underselling yourself. I don't know if selling would be the right word. I don't feel like that's the right word. You're minimizing your experience. You have a lot more to offer than what your resume says. Some of you don't even have a resume, I'm hearing. Um, yeah, some of you don't even have a resume or a LinkedIn page or anything to showcase your skills because what you were doing, you're able to do so much more if given the opportunity. So don't undersell yourself. So again, this message, three things that somebody needs to hear. You were being bullied, unethical practices are occurring. Um, if you wanted to move forward with a lawsuit, you could, even though I feel that's not the path you're going to take. You're going to get your next position through a networking. Somebody look at you're going to get your position, your next position is going to be through somebody that you know. So it doesn't feel like you're sending applications, and everything else. It feels like in a networking group, and if this is for you, you're going to know what I'm talking about. You're going to put it's even like on LinkedIn how you can put open to network around like a little thing around you. There's somebody that you know has your next position. I'll say that. So it doesn't even feel like you send tons and tons of resumes. It's like, hey, I have something I want to talk to you about. Are you interested? Definitely take them up on that offer. See, look at that. Offering of the ring. Take them off up on that offer. And once you walk into that new position, you are going to get additional training, but you also will be using and utilize because it's like you have a lot of skills that you use outside of work that could be beneficial to work, if that makes sense. Um, so if you're stressing, I don't feel like there's a long stretch of unemployment. It feels like right when you put that open to network or right when you go to some networking event, somebody you already know. And for some of you, they might have already talked to you, about what's going on or hey, this is coming up. This is something you might be interested in, yada, yada, yada. So this is just to give some encouragement. Um, because it feels like some people are making you feel guilty. Like, you're quitting on them or don't, this is not the right environment right now to do stuff like that. But you are being bullied. Unethical things are happening. There is going to be an external audit on that location. So just a little nugget of that. If it hasn't already happened, there will be an external. It seems an external group comes in to look at what's going on. So there's that too. So this is just some encouragement that you will find something else. You absolutely were valid in your concerns. And the next place is going to allow you to grow in different ways. Um, that it just feels like you minimize your skill set. I don't know if you minimize it because you're not aware that you're talented in all these different areas. You haven't had the opportunity to show that you're talented in all these different areas, or you just choose not to share that information. But wherever you're going, you'll have the opportunity to do it and it will be valued. Okay. All right. That was for somebody. I'm glad you are getting someplace where you can be respected. All right, so we're just gonna go straight through the zodiac, right? We're gonna start with Aries. What does Aries need to know about where the money at? What does Aries need to know about where the money is at? What does Aries need to know? There's something that is, what does Aries need to know? Cre your creative aspects. Um, but creative in a non-traditional way. Okay, so let me get these cards out. It feels creative in a non-traditional way. So a lot of times when people are like, "Oh, she's so creative," or "Oh, he's so creative," it's because this person can paint, write stories, this, that, and the other. This feels creative in a non-traditional way. So we have cozy up with risk, prosperity sisters and our happiness and joy, and the sacred flow of yes. So creative in a non-traditional way. This feels like something that maybe you used to do when you were younger. This feels like something that maybe you had an interest in and people would like make jokes about it. I'm thinking of like basket weaving, pottery, stuff that people really don't put a lot of attention into it, and most of the people who are really skilled in it are drawn to it. Um, I'm hearing there's extra money for you in that space. So cozy up with the risk, right? The sacred flow of yes, something that there is interest for you in that brings happiness also brings prosperity. And that's where the sisters are prosperity and happiness. You're able to get some extra funding from that. Either, okay, here's an example. Somebody who purchases or not even, it doesn't even look like you purchase it. You might get it at, when people put furniture out or they'll put online, this is free, you just have to pick it up, or old antiques. I'm seeing somebody who can get this stuff and refurbish it and then sell it again, right? Somebody who gets stuff that has been cast, this is going to be funny, that's been cast away like us on this planet. But something that somebody has given up, don't want it, you're able to take it and rebirth it into something different, something new, and make money off it. And it even feels like you make decent money off it. I'm not saying quit your job and do it, but like if you are somebody who can do that, why not? Like what the heck? But it feels like shit black stuff. Like you're able to see something that people feel is not worthy, is trash. I don't need this. This is just clutter. You're able to see it in a different way and sell it to other people as a new thing. So that's for you, Aries. Something that you used to do or as a kid enjoyed, or something that is non-traditional when you think about creativity. That is an area where you can find some dollars since it's a dollar read. All right, let's go to Taurus. Let us go to Taurus. And it's so funny, I have not a lick of earth in my chart. But I'm surrounded by a lot of earth, so I guess God was like, look, you won't have any in you, but I'm gonna surround you with. So hopefully there's some good information that will come out from my Taurus crew. Thank you so much, Spirit. Can we have some information as it relates? Thank you. One more card, please. For my Taurus individuals, what I'm picking up is something to do with, I'm seeing like manuals. So hold on. While I'm seeing the manuals, and just FYI, I love these dang on cards. Like, they are freaking beautiful. They're just like my whole vibe. If you knew me in real life, I'm a very boho type individual. You are magic. Overrate your intuition, which you saw that earlier. And what's your honest truth? So this is more going to be inner talk that I'm about to. These are representing something that you need to focus on inward, so you'll be able to project outward that energy. So let me go back to the manuals I'm seeing. It's something technical writing is what I'm hearing. Um, but it feels like you can do this as a consultant. So there are things, there are technical writing positions, absolutely. But this feels like that you could do this as a consultant. Now, technical writing can be a lot of things. From my background, what I used to do when I was in the military, there's a very specific type of technical writing because you had to have certain clearances. But there's technical writing in a lot of different fields. So when I'm seeing the manuals, it feels like you would be given a it feels like slightly instructional design, but there's a lot of writing and ways to make it to get a concept structured and deliverable. It's interesting to explain it, but for the people who know or how this connects, it should make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then whoa, not your read. But I'm seeing the manual. Excuse me. I'm seeing technical writer, I'm seeing instructional design, I'm seeing taking a concept and making it deliverable. Okay? That is where you're going to be able to get some dollars. Again, you're able to do this as a consultant. However, if you are looking for full up job somewhere else, type in or search technical writing or instructional design, something in those spaces. It feels like it's a forward facing opportunity where you can get that. So when we're looking at your magic, overrate your intuition, what's your honest truth, this is speaking more to who you feel you are. What is it that you feel you can do, and do you feel like you're being used to the best of your ability? Are you in a position where you feel you are being utilized to the far best of your ability, or do you feel stuck right now? Now, feeling stuck, I mean, that's not necessarily a horrible thing. You're getting a check. However, if you're looking for growth, you have to have an honest conversation. Will I get that growth here? Will I get that additional education here? Will I get that additional certification here? These are the questions you have to ask. If you are wanting to step out of the box you're in, it's going to take some bravery, right? And this is where the you are magic and overrate your intuition comes in. You have to be secure in who you are so you can take that step forward, because if you're not secure in who you are, it don't matter how many people tell you you're amazing. If you don't feel it, you're not going to do it. So you want to find out and just really kind of, if you're somebody who needs to see in a ground sign, a ground earth, if you want concrete and specific facts, then go back and look at things that you've done, products that you have created and delivered, programs that you have set up, and look at the factual statements of who you are in those spaces based on what you have accomplished. Because sometimes, and just like wasn't the Aries, it was the general read I was getting. So a lot of times we minimize what we do because we are so used to doing it. So we think it's not that big of a deal. But then if you ask the general population and they're like, what are you talking about? I can't do that. That's amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Don't look at what you have accomplished as a one time, everybody can do this, because that's not the truth. So, what is your honest truth, right? Once you are able to identify that, stepping out and doing these different spaces and going in these different places won't be so difficult because you know you deserve to be at that table. All right, Taurus. Now we're going to jump to Gemini. Let's go. Let's go. What do we need? Gemini's communication. Ah, surprise, surprise. Um, I'm picking up you can get extra work in communication. Now the communication feels more of kind of like I don't want to say like a helpline, but it does feel like you're taking calls and you are addressing things, talking to people. But it don't feel like a help desk. It doesn't feel like a help desk call center type call. For some people, it could be as a secondary income. Um, it feels like it's remote or at home too. It doesn't feel like you have to go out anywhere. It feels like you can do it from home, but it's communicating. Um, you're providing information verbally is what I'm seeing. Um, ooh, for some it could be coaching. I heard that very clearly. For some it could be coaching, helping people get unstuck, and which is funny, right? Because that's what the card says, unstick the stuck. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Um, but it feels like you're assisting people and you're doing it verbally, okay? So whatever that the destruction, wow. The distraction of shiny things. So what it feels like I'm picking up is again, it feels coachy like, but not coachy in the sense you have to get certifications and such. It's like you are attached to a different, a bigger, mm, you know what it feels like? It feels like, you know how there's these, this is gonna be funny, those psychic reading apps and whatnot. I am not promoting or advertising for any of these, but I'm just trying to give an example. Like I think one of them is called Keen or something that I see on TikTok all the time. It feels like giving advice like that. So for somebody I'm talking to, there's extra money there. There's some extra dollars there. Some people who are going to hear this are going to be like, "Oh, I've been thinking about that. This is just confirmation that yes, you can do it." You can do it well and get extra funding because I wouldn't be picking it up. And there's going to be some people who haven't thought about it at all and are saying, could I do that? If people have come to you on a regular basis and they keep coming back because you give sage advice, then I would absolutely feel that that's the case. Um, Now where it says the distraction of shiny things, I'm not picking up like this is external material things. I'm picking up the distraction of your doubts of thinking you can do something. And this feels like this is a common theme. Like some of the other signs I'm hearing about minimizing their skill. This is more of the distraction comes into thinking you can do it and then just kind of overthinking and ruminating on if you can do it or not. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. I hate that phrase. Let's think of another one. Sometimes you just have to kick the cactus. The hell. Um, so yeah, if you feel this resonates and you're getting a tug in your core belly area, then it does. And if you're looking for some extra money on the side, look into something like that. Again, you're talking. I definitely hear it's talking. So something where you're communicating is where some additional funds are. This is a hilarious read. I have never thought to do anything like this. I'm happy that I had that special request, but it's so interesting. Okay, now we're going to jump to Cancer. We're in Cancer season. Let's see what's going on. We're also in retrograde season. Pets and animals. That's what I just heard. This is Fun. Pets and animals. So for you, Cancer, you might be able to get some extra money in pet sitting, grooming, dog walking. Somebody, I definitely see dog walking. Um, you are magic again. Everybody's magic today. Dog walking, pet sitting, behaviors, something, training, pet training. Again, definitely I see animals. Somebody might be working or looking at thinking about the Salvation Army, maybe that too, but SPCA, your local shelters. And I know most of those places are nonprofits and they look for volunteers, but I feel it's something that you can do associated with animals where you can get some extra money. So we got Your Magic, Sacred Mirror, and Step Ahead is all you need. One step ahead is all you need. So again, something around animals. I'm specifically seeing horses or a horse. Somebody might be looking at working at a stable part-time. I'm hearing that's very beneficial, but it feels like it grows into something else. I'm also getting if somebody is looking to, this is going to be very specific. If you have a cancer placement, this is going to be very specific. Somebody who is looking for a lease or something. There's something available. Excuse me, y'all. There's something available where if you help with the stable, with the horses, um, they let you stay on the property in an apartment that's on the property for free at no cost. In the return, you turn out the horses. I guess that's the term. That's what I heard. Um, ride them and kind of help keep them because it feels like very specific, whomever I'm talking to, it's like this family doesn't stay in the area year round, so they need somebody to help with the horses and on the property, and in return you get to stay there for free in the apartment. It's a pretty nice apartment. It's like I'm seeing you go upstairs. It's like an open studio upstairs. And everything's paid for and included in you staying there. So if you are the person who is hearing about this, or somebody's going to see this opportunity pop up rather soon, that is going to turn into a bigger money event for you. Okay, so that's specific to probably just one person, but for everybody else, cancers, pets or something pet adjacent, animal adjacent is where you can find some extra money. All right, let's keep this going. Okay, we just Cancer. Next is Leo. Let's see what's up for Leo. What does Leo have going on? This is funny. Something with clothes. Something with clothes. Okay, you can get extra money, Leos. There's there's are they apps or websites? I don't know because I don't use them, but I'm seeing it. I'm being shown this right now where you can sell like higher end items online. I think it's online or an app. I don't even know what any of the names of this, but you're a Leo. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm seeing people sell like there's somebody who can make a lot of money off their purses. I don't know who this is, but I'm seeing tons of purses you have just sitting in a closet. You can totally make, I'm seeing people can make money off purses and shoes are the two things I'm hearing. Um, Again, so you'll know if this is you or not. Purses and shoes on a website that you people sell higher ended items for. And it even feels like I'll get to the cards. It even feels like you have the items, but it even feels like you go thrifting or to Goodwills and stuff like that, and you're able to find like people
kind of like I think it was Aries, whomever was able to get like old furniture and redo it. The Leo energy I'm feeling is able to do that, but with clothes and fashion and shoes and purses. So that's where some extra dollars are for you. The cards say follow through, collaboration of souls, and manifesting and doing. And again, this is telling me that some people have already attempted this or thought about it or tried it, and it just, you were expecting to get more, or you felt it was too much work. Um, I'm hearing when you collaborate with others, that is more of watching like Facebook Marketplace, watching places where people like thrift shops and garage sales where you can get some of this stuff and you're going to be able to sell it and make money off it. It's kind of like how people flip houses. You're flipping purses and shoes and stuff like that. Designer items, I guess that's the best way to say it. Um, and you have to actually put work into it internally. So if you think if I could talk, it is late. Words are hard for me apparently. If you feel you can do it, you will do it. Uh, absolutely. And again, don't feel like it just has to be your stuff. That's where the collaborating with others comes in. Look for other things that other people are getting rid of. I'm hearing some people live in areas where there's a lot of well-off people who discard things uh, rather quickly, or go to the well-off areas and zip codes where they have maybe thrift stores, um, garage sales and stuff like that. You'll be able to get stuff there too. All right, Leo. Now we're gonna jump into Virgo. Where can Virgo get some get some extra money? Extra dollars. Dollar bill, y'all. Let's see. Where could Virgo get some extra money? Let's see. Let's see. Where can Virgos get extra money? Oh, for ones. So we have find your sacred flow. You are epic and you are light. Like you're flowing, you're light, and you're epic. For Virgos, mm, of course, they're gonna be specific. No shade. My oldest son's a Virgo. I love that child to pieces. But they're very specific on what they will do and what they won't do. Um, so Virgos, where could you find some extra finance? I'm seeing, there is, this feels very technical. Not like the technical writing I saw for Taurus. This feels like I'm seeing binary code. Um, but it feels like it's a something where you're looking for something in the code. I'm techie, but I'm techie to a point, right? So I don't know exactly what that would be. Somebody, so if you know what I'm talking about, then it's for you. But it's something where you're looking in the code for things. I don't know. Would that be a programmer? And this doesn't feel like a like all the other ones I was picking up, are different ways you can get extra money in different places. This feels like an actual job. Um, it feels like an actual job that's gonna come up. And it feels like you are fully connected to it. But again, you would have to be somebody who understands binary code and what you're looking at in the tech space. So this is going to be again very specific for somebody, for a group of people. Um, I don't know what that would be. Would it be quality assurance? I don't know. I'm seeing the numbers though. I'm seeing the binary code. I'm seeing like on the screen, stuff is going up, and you're pulling things out of that. What would that be? I don't know, y'all. I'm just telling you what I'm being shown, and I'm also being told that this would not be a side gig. This is actually a job for somebody. So somebody, I guess somebody needed to hear it. So I don't know if somebody has applied for that job. You're gonna hear back from it, um, or that position's gonna pop up. You are epic. You are light. Find your flow. This is something that you have an interest in. You've studied for. It's aligned to you. So this wouldn't be something brand new. Um, that's for somebody out there. For the rest of the Virgos, for a side thing, let me see what they're saying. Hold on. Okay, yeah, well, I got the main, that specific one. Is there anything else where Virgo can step in and look for? Anything else? Anything else? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you what I heard, okay? I'm gonna tell you what I heard. And I it might work. Um, I'm just gonna tell you what I heard. I heard DoorDash. And I know the Virgos right now are like you. I know you lying. But you know what? S- uh, In some of these bigger areas, there is good side hustle money to be made with DoorDash. It feels like you have a system. It's not like regular type of door dashing. It feels like you have a system, which would make perfect sense for a Virgo to have a system. It feels like you have a system. I don't know how DoorDash works on the back end. I don't know if there is an ability to have multiple people work underneath you delivering stuff. It feels more like, okay, like a courier. So I don't know if DoorDash does currying because it doesn't feel like just like food and stuff. It feels like items and other things, and it feels like official type thing. So it doesn't feel like you're running to Burger King and dropping off somebody's burger, which I mean, and that's fine too. It's extra money, but it feels more official, like a courier. Um, I would definitely look into it. If you're a Virgo, look into it because I'm being shown that. And again, that seems more aligned in that to what a Virgo would do versus the other stuff. So, ooh, goodness. I don't want the Virgos mad with me. I wasn't trying to be funny. But it feels like currying, it feels like medical, law, legal when you're delivering like it looks like documentation. I don't know if that's something DoorDash does. It uh, look up courier. But that's where you can get some extra money. All right, now we're gonna jump to Libra. How can, oh, wow, that was easy. Something with, this is gonna sound so cliche. I gotta tell you what I heard. I got to tell you what I heard. Something around makeup. So either just, I heard Mary Kay. I don't know. Is that still around? Is Mary Kay still around? Didn't they have the pink Cadillacs? I don't know. So Libras, I'm hearing you can get some extra money in doing something around makeup and health, like beauty products, like skin products and stuff. Um, Something similar to Mary Kay. I don't even know if Mary Kay is still around. Making your own beauty products, making your own lotions and skin products, white label. I'm hearing white label products. Um, hmm. It says celebrate your wins, the spark of hustle and fierce serenity. So that sounds like a product name, Fierce Serenity. But yeah, it feels like bath products, skin products, lotions, makeup. That's where you can make some extra money, Libra. And it feels like it would be easy for you because you know what you like. And it feels like because you know what you like, it helps you sell whatever it is that this is. For some, you're making it yourself. For others, you are sourcing it through. It's kind of like you source it through someplace else and you have a Shopify website. Okay. So that's where you can make some extra dollars, Libra. So we have celebrate your wins, the spark of hustle, and fierce serenity. Fierce serenity. So knowing that this would be your path is because it feels effortless, right? Doing it makes sense. Like, oh, I use this product all the time. Oh, it's a no-brainer that I could sell it because I use it all the time. I'm a walking marketing tool for whatever this product is. And it actually, when you talk to people about it, it would sound like to people like you can't make money doing that, but you actually can make it. You'll actually be able to make a good chunk from it because you see yourself. People see you as a marketing tool. It's kind of like if you got on TikTok, right? A TikTok shop and you are promoting skincare, skin makeup, something else, you are going to be able to make money off of that. All right. Whew. We're knocking them down. So now we're gonna jump into Scorpio. Let's see what Scorpio's got going on. How can Scorpio make some money? Where's some extra money for Scorpio? Where's some extra money for Scorpio at? Where's some extra? Hmm. Something around hospitality, either something around I'm seeing a bread and breakfast, which is interesting because there's not a lot of those around. Maybe, I don't know. It feels like bread or breakfast or Airbnb. Because it doesn't feel like a straight up hotel. It feels Airbnb-ish, VRBO. Um, yeah, it's very straightforward for Scorpio. Something around that level of real estate is where extra money is for Scorpio. A lot of people are getting the Your Magic card, and I love that. I love that. One more card, please, for Scorpio. Yeah, it feels like real estate around temporary or short-term housing. So it doesn't feel like you get a certificate, whatever, or certified real estate agent. It feels like rental properties, but short-term Airbnb, VRBOs type of thing. So we got gratitude again, your magic, and shift the way to new potential. So this could be something A, you haven't thought about, or you think is harder than it is. I'm being told that thinking that it's harder than it is stopping you from progressing. Somebody, I'm not somebody, I was just corrected. A lot of individuals who I'm talking to right now have thought about how to do this. And there's something I'm being told to tell you all too is you don't necessarily have to own the property. I don't know anything about this. I am telling you what I'm being channeled right now. There's some programs where you help manage the property. You don't necessarily have to own it. It's owned by a bigger grouping of people or whatever, but you're managing the property because you're local. There's where you can get some extra money. So check that out. I don't even know what that it would be called. If you know what that would be called, put it in the comments for to help everybody else out. Or even anything that I've spoken so far. Like if there's been some things where I'm just like, I don't know what the technical name for it is. I'm just telling you how I'm hearing it and seeing it. If you know what it is, please put it in the comments for the people watching. But yeah, Scorpio, that's a great way for you to get some extra money. I'm hearing too, especially as start planning now. So when the holiday season starts to come in around August. Wow. I thought October, but August came out my mouth. So I would start looking now. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see what the Sagittarius, what can they do to get some money, some extra money? Oh, this card is one to be unruly. What can Interesting. I don't even know if this is a thing. Is there, if you know if there is or not, please put it in the chat. Not the chat, the comment section. Something about selling books online. Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and search all the stuff myself because I'm like, oh, this sounds interesting. Oh, this sounds interesting. Okay, three cards for that. Something about books, selling books, refurbishing books. What is that? Is that a thing? Refurbishing books? Old books? Old bookstores? Working with old books? This is so interesting. I have never heard of that. We have cozy up with risk. Bliss is worth creating from, and integrate your knowing. And they want me to put a lot of emphasis on that. Something about books and selling books, older books, refurbishing books. I'm seeing like people having gloves when they're handling the books. I'm not quite sure what you would call that though. For the people who need to hear this, it's gonna make sense. I'm not sure what you would call that, but it's something around books and older books is key, and it's aligned with where your interests are. So the integrate your knowing is really important. Like, say you have an interest in religious text. So helping to refurbish or find or locate books that are, it's weird. Books that can't be found, hard to find. There's a movie with Johnny Depp in it, I think, and he was somebody who had to go get. I'm gonna have to look up what this could be. I don't know how to explain it other than how I'm explaining it. I just don't know what the term is for this, but I'm seeing somebody who's finding old books, refurbishing them, and getting them to sellers. And whatever topic you have an interest in, that's where you can get some extra money. And it's when I'm saying extra money for this particular thing, there's a lot of money in it because there are a lot of people don't do it. Interesting. Interesting. So cozy up with risk, and I can see where that would card would come out because it's something that's not a generalized thing that everybody would know. Like right now, I'm struggling trying to describe it to you because it's not something I you think you would find on Indeed, right? This would be found when you go to old historian, thank you, historian type places where people have old books. And that's important. It's like old manuscripts and things of that nature. All right, Sagittarius, that's where you can get some money. But it's not some money. That, even though it's a side hustle, brings in a lot of money. It feels like you get hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, based on the book and its rareness. Okay. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna jump to Capricorn. Money, sorry, stocks. Day trading. Dang, that was fast. I'm being told specifically to say not crypto, day trading, but not that. Something's going to occur in the crypto space that right now it's best to ride this wave out. I don't know if it's a Mercury retrograde something or what. Um, Something's gonna happen in the crypto space where right now doing anything out of the ordinary it might not be the best idea. But I'm hearing day trading, stocks, things of that nature. That's where you can get some extra money. Uh, Capricorn, that was really, really fast. Like you're gonna be you'll be able to profit rather well. Um, let's get the other two cards. One more, please. Thank you. We have shift the way to new potential, stop, drop, and ground in raw intention. So this is telling me that there's a level of understanding. Like some, it feels like the Capricorns I'm talking to either already dabble in stocks or there has already been an interest in it. Um, and you do a lot of research with it and really just attack it. But I'm being told to be mindful of where you are putting your interest right now. There's going to be something happening. Um, and it could be, it feels like it's globally, right? That's going to have impacts. And for you to kind of look outside of where you typically put your interest in. So if you are somebody who already does this, or if you're somebody who's already thought about it and you've been researching and you have your selection of your uh, what's it called? Y'all, it's late. It's late and I'm tired. Um, oh my gosh, I can't. And I've done stocks, two stocks, and my brain is like turned off right now. Anyway, I'm being told to don't just think about what you already have. Look outside of where your bubble is, right? And you're going to be beneficial. You'll be able to profit, diversify. Thank you. Thank you. Um, you need to look outside of what you're doing in the areas. There's certain sections that you're going to want to focus on based on what's going on globally. And that's all I'm going to say because my I don't need my videos flagged. Um yeah, watch globe what's going on globally and then make some judgment calls. That's all I'm gonna say. So stop dropping ground and again raw intention. So doing that focus is gonna help. And again, not so much in the crypto section, diversifying what you have by looking at what's going on globally. Okay. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, now we're gonna go to Aquarius. What's going on for Aquarius? One, where's some extra money for Aquarius? Dang, that fast. All right, so we got fill your cup with sacred giggles, welcome the divine masculine. Interesting. And cut the cords of doubt. I will, this is very interesting. Um, Physicality, your body. Like, whoa, let me let me finish. Your body as in like coaching, like health coaching, your body like in personal trainer, your body like in doing stuff to help people be healthy. So that could look like somebody selling supplements. That could look like somebody who it could be a personal trainer. That could be somebody who's doing coaching. That could be somebody who's doing mentoring. It's something that helps promote well-being for the body. Okay? That's where you are able to get some extra dollars. So again, we have fill your cup with sacred giggles, welcome the divine masculine, and cut the cords of doubt. So again, this is telling me that you might not think you are capable, have the experience, who's going to listen to me energy. And as long as you sit in that energy, you're blocking your money. Because there's something about your story, there's something about where you've come from, there's something about your testimony that's going to make you profitable. But you have to step out of that doubt space. So for the people who this is for, it's going to make sense because you've either thought about it, you've had somebody in that sector help you, and now you want to help others. But it's something either mind, body, soul that you're going to be able to do to make extra money by helping other people in those spaces. And last but never least is our beautiful Pisces. A beautiful Pisces. You know, I've never seen an ugly Pisces. I've never seen an ugly. I don't know. I've never seen an ugly Pisces. I mean, I don't like say people are ugly, period, but like Pisces just have this dreamy quality about themselves. So I'm interested to see what where some extra money is. Ooh, creativity, I hear big time. Again, but this is more traditional creativity. Unlike the Aries, where it was not traditional, I'm hearing Pisces is exactly what you think of when it's traditional. You're able to sell what you create, is what I'm hearing. You're able to sell, one more card, please. Thank you. You're able to sell what you create. Oh, well, these cards are pretty. Let's see. You're able to sell what you create. So we got, look at that. I can't make it up. Y'all saw me shuffle. Brave. Oh, come on. Come on now. Focus. Why won't you focus? Why are you being a jerk? It's too late for this. It says bravely. Is it backwards? Bravely market your magic is what it says. I'll flip it in post production. Bravely market your magic. Change makers make waves and creator fire. So look at that. The car is just backed up what I said. What you create, you can sell. And for this group, that can be anything. If you make music, sell it. If you make social media ads, sell it. If you make websites, sell it. If you make books, sell it. If you paint, sell it. What you make, you can sell. And right now, for you, for y'all, this group, you can make some money. Like, and it feels like you can make money that builds off itself. So if you've been sitting on a project, if you've been sitting on something, I'm hearing very strong. Now is the time. It's like strike when the iron's hot type of thing. Um, if you make it, you can sell it. If you make it like clothes, sell it. Hoodies, sell it. If you paint sneakers, I know that was random as hell. Somebody out there must paint sneakers, sell it. If you create it, this is probably one of the most easiest, straightforward ones we did tonight. If you create it, you can sell it. So sell it. All right, Pisces. All right. That's it. That's all 12. So that's where you all can make some extra money, some dollars. So yeah, this was a fun read. This was a fun event. Anybody else have any other ideas? Drop them in the comments. Shoot me a sign, shoot me a letter. And I'll get up here and I'll make that happen because I mean, why not? Why not? So thanks for hanging out with me at the Wonder Lab in Wonderland. And I'll be back. We're gonna do some ghost hunting tomorrow. I'm gonna do some paranormal videos tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Until then, you all take care, stay safe, and stay curious.